Hello, I am Darshni here. Today I am going to share with you that some common things that we do in our daily life but with weird reasons that we may have never heard about it before. So, are you ready to are you ready to go into our video today? So, without wasting our time, let's get into it. Basically, our video today is entitled as Weird Things That Humans Do and Why. So, to know the reason why, we have to see till the video ends. Number 1, zone out. Actually, no matter how hard we might try to stay focused on our everyday tasks, such as brushing our teeth, queuing for coffee, we simply can't stop our mind from wandering. Instead of staying completely focused on a dull and familiar external stimulus, neuroscience research shows that our attention waxes and wanes, and we spend 13% of the time zoned out. During this time, we are free to float along internal streams of consciousness, following wherever our minds randomly takes us, perhaps arriving at a eureka moment or at a very least a spontaneous and interesting idea. Number 2, getting bored. Actually, everybody gets bored sometimes, but if you really think about it, feeling of boredom are actually pretty strange. After all, there's a whole wide world full of stuff to do. How come humans ever lack of something for keeping us occupied? So, it turns out that boring isn't really about keeping busy. Boredom stems from an objective lack of neurological excitement, which brings about a subjective physiological state of dissatisfaction, frustration, or disinterest, according to the researchers. And some people are more prone to boredom than others. People who have conditions that affect their ability to pay attention, like ADHD, might be more sustainable to boredom, according to the study from the Journal of Perspective on Physiological Science in 2012. Sometimes age might also play a role in determining someone's sustainability to boredom. Actually, researchers have found that people nearing to the age of the young adulthood, around the age of 22 maybe, may have less likely than the teenagers to get bored. So, don't worry if you feel bored, actually, it's quite normal. Number 3, blush. Blush is actually a turn out of cheek reddening reaction, is actually a universal human response to social attention. Everybody does it, some more than others. Common blushing triggers are including meeting someone important, receiving a compliment, and experiencing a strong emotion in a social situation. Sometimes when we get embarrassed, stressed, or getting angry, we may have blush. But according to biological mechanism, veins in our face dilated and causing more blood to flow into our cheek and producing a rosy complexion. So that's how we get blush sometimes. Next, hiccups. Hiccups is something that we will get sometimes, and the thing that most irritatedly or the most irritating or the most annoying thing that ever happened in our life. But actually, hiccups are involuntary spasm of the diaphragm, the muscular membrane in our chest that figures importantly in breathing. Actually, a spell of dim ensures when the muscle get irritated, often by the presence of too much food in the stomach or too little. Sometimes hiccup also a sign that our body is getting dehydrated and we need to drink water. The urge of drinking water also determined by hiccups. Next is about taking risk. Risky endeavors can be deadly as amplified by the frequency of fatal skydiving and mount climbing accidents. So, why don't we all just sit home and watch Netflix? Why this urge to do these dangerous things? Actually, according to psychologists, says that risk taking stems from our need to impress our potential mates. So men faces more intra-sexual competition than women, so they must advertise their sexual fitness through daring exploits than more overly. So this explains why men are tend to take even more risk when they are in group. So next time if you see any men are taking risk compared to a woman, actually it's quite common. Okay, sleep. Sleep is something that we do in our daily life. Actually, every single day we need to sleep, and at least 8 hours of sleep is must according to science. But do you know we spend roughly one third of our life just by sleep? And sleep is really important for our body. Actually, it allows a lot of maintenance work to happen in our body, such as production of chemicals that get used during our waking hours, to the self organization of neurons in the developing of brain. Actually, several theories point to sleep as a state of vital to memory and learning. It helps the ingrain the episodic memory into long-term storage, and it also simplify give our mental waking activities as much needed a break. So, if you feel sleepy, please sleep. Don't skip your sleep because sleep is an important thing that really a human needs. Laugh. Of course, no one have never have laugh in their life. Laugh is something that everyone do actually every day, every single day we do laugh. But actually, laughing is weird. Do you know why? Actually, psychologists think this behavioral response serves as a signal to others by spreading positive emotions, decreasing stress, and contributing to group cohesion. For the same reason why chimpanzees and orangutans smile and laugh during their social play. Don't you feel it's quite weird? Next, about cry. How odd that sadness causes water to spill from our eyes. Among all animals, we alone cry tears of emotion. Not only do they serve the purpose of communicating feeling of distress, actually scientists believe that tears also carry certain undesirable hormones and other proteins that are produced during periods of stress out of the body, which may explain the cathartic effect of a good cry. Dream. We have talked about sleep. So, of course, when we have talked about sleep, dream is something that associate with sleep. Actually, the truth is that scientists aren't completely sure why people dream. However, theories on the purpose of dream are abound. One theory proposed by Harvard University psychologists suggests that humans dream in order to solve their problems. So, more specifically, the high visual and sometimes completely illogical landscape of dream help us to think differently from our problem and we would in waking life. This out of the box thinking might help people to solve their problem that they just can't resolve while awaking. The other research from the Boston University neuroscientist Patrick completely sure why people dream. It facilitates creativity in waking life. So, dream big and every dream has a reason. Thinking about dying. Actually, technically saying dying isn't an everyday activity, but however, done by a whole bunch of people every day. Do you know why? Because we die because our cells die. Though they replace themselves over and over again for 70 odd years, they can't do so forever. So, inside each cell, telomeres at the end of our chromosome contain genetic information that get clipped away with each cell division. The telomeres start our long enough to handle a great many scissors snips, but eventually they run out of length, the information they held is lost and the cell can't divide anymore. So, that are some of the information about weird things that weird reasons of a common thing that human do in their daily life that I know that I've shared with you. I hope you guys have a great time with these informations. And yeah, these are some of the infos. Actually, there are many more informations like this. I'm very thankful for this platform to for this opportunity as I get time to share with you all this. So I'll see you guys in another informative video. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.